Hi students, so in this video we'll be studying about different sampling techniques and types of sampling. So we know what I mean by sample. So in simple words we can say that it is the representation of population. So we'll be having, if we are having 1000 population, from that 1000 population if we are selecting 250 or if we are selecting 500, then that is sample. You can just go through what you mean by sampling. The process of selecting a number of individuals from a study in such a way that the individuals represent the larger group from which they were selected. That is, if you are selecting, or what I mean by sampling means the process of selecting samples. So how we are selecting samples? We are selecting samples from a larger group of individuals, and we select represents, or we select certain representatives from that larger group, and that is sampling. So here you can see we have three circles. We have three circles. From that, first circle indicates target population. Target population means it is the population, it is the larger group where we are going to study. If we are selecting, or if we are conducting a research, and if we are selecting our country, India, as target population, from whole world, if we are selecting India, that is target population. From the target population, if we are studying about Kerala, that is study population. And from Kerala, if we are selecting different representatives or samples from different districts, that is sample. So I think now it is clear. So a sample is a smaller collection of units from a population used to determine truths about the population. And what do you mean by sampling frame? Sampling frame means it is a list of all elements or other units containing the elements in a population. So sampling frame means it is the frame for doing sampling. Now we can see what you mean by population. Population means, as I had mentioned, this is a population. From larger group, we will be selecting different samples. So the population means it is the larger group for individuals are selected to participate in the study. From which area we are going to select our sample, that is a population. Now we can see what you mean by target population. Target population, this portion is the target population. It is the largest portion. A set of elements larger than or different from the population samples, and to which the researcher would like to generalize the findings which we get from a study. That is, from the sample selected, we are going to generalize about that particular targeted population. That is if we get in example which I had mentioned before, then what we have done is we have taken India as a targeted population or target population. From that we have selected certain district, that is we had selected state Kerala as a study population or source population. From that is we have different districts, so all those districts will be selected, that is source population. From that we will be selected we have selected different from the target population we have selected source population. Source population means we have different states. From that state we will be selecting one or two states, that is a study population. From the study population we will be selecting certain districts, that is a sample. What is the main purpose of sampling? It is to gather data about the population. So in order to make an inference that, and that can be generalized to the population. That is, when we get some idea, or when we are studying few numbers from the population, we get an idea about the whole population. So that is the main purpose of. Now this is the different stages in selection of sample. How we do sampling. So first, as I had shown in the diagram, we will be defining the target population. From that target population, we will be setting a sampling frame. You know what you mean by sampling frame. From the sampling frame, the next step is we'll be choosing method to use a sampling or method to select a sampling. That may be probability sampling or non-probability sampling. Any method we can choose. From that, next step is plan procedure for selecting sampling units. How we are going to select sampling units by using these methods. After that, we will be determining the sample size. Sample size means it is the number of samples to be selected. Then we move to select the actual sampling units. After that, we will be conducting a research. So this is the steps or stages for selecting sample. Okay, we have mainly two types of sampling techniques in quantitative researches. So we have probability sampling and non-probability sampling. So what do you mean by quantitative research? Do you have any idea? Quantitative researches means the research work which can be quantified, where we take number as main concern. That is quantitative research. So we have probability sampling and non-probability sampling, and under these also we have different types of samples.